Jeff Connell. Welcome to my Divorced Dad Diary. About a year ago, I went through divorce and started a new version of parenting, one that would be me on my own for a lot more. I've learned a lot of lessons along the way, but more than that, I've learned how much I have yet to learn. One of the biggest, the first vacation with just the kiddo and me. Now, we've done trips over the last year where it was a little quicker, like we've gone from Boise to Portland to go and see a Portland Trailblazers game. We did that by ourselves, and that was fine. We've done some drives to see my parents in Seattle. We've done some trips down to Salt Lake City, but that was entirely different than picking up for a week and going to Hawaii. I quickly realized once we got there that what I'd planned for a little modified normal wasn't going to be the case. Normally when I've been in Hawaii, it was laying out on the beach or walking the beach in the morning or just sitting on the patio and enjoying the view. And my son's 8, he just turned 8, we were there right before his birthday, and that just was not going to be sufficient for keeping him interested. We talked about a number of different vacation options even before we went. He really wanted to see Hawaii, he knew it was a place that was special to me, and he had some things he wanted to see, so I knew that that was part of the plan. We'd go and check out the USS Arizona Memorial. We would go and check out Diamond Head Crater and do the big hike there. And we'd have a number of different activities. We had a Jeep convertible, so I figured just driving around would be kind of fun. But when we got there, we had a couple challenges. The first was a tropical storm, so for the first 2 days we had weather that meant staying in the room most of the time. I didn't want him only to use his iPad, and so we actually made a decision to jump and go island hopping. We went to the big island and went and checked out the volcano there. When we got back to Honolulu and Waikiki where we were staying, I realized that we had a different plan for relaxing in the water. We went swimming in the ocean every day. It was fun, but I wouldn't just let him swim. He's had lessons, but it wasn't at the point where I'd have him out without me, and certainly I wanted to be paying attention to what he was doing. So anytime he was swimming, I was swimming, and he didn't see the same appeal to sitting on the beach and just relaxing a little bit. One of the things though that I started to work on with him was that we need to be able to negotiate that, each person has some things they want to do, and I may want to spend a little more time doing certain things than he may want to, and that's just part of vacation, it's compromise. So we started with that life lesson. Most of it was dominated by what would appeal to him though, so even the tour of like the USS Arizona, you can spend all day at a historical site like that if you're wired like I am. For him, it was about 2 hours, and that worked out well. So the takeaways that I got from my first solo long-term vacation with the kiddo was, one, don't expect it to be like when you go on your own or when you've got multiple adults who can juggle it around. You're going to be on most of the time. It's actually going to be a little more tiring just to do the things that have been relaxing in the past. 2, the more that you do for them in the morning, the more relaxing your evening will be. Get them tired, and I guess it's just like being at home. More sleep will come earlier if we can do more activities early in the day, so that's what we did. See things through his eyes was another big lesson for me. When he could experience something for the first time, it was really cool. So even if it was different than what I might have expected, I did enjoy seeing him experience these things that I've come to maybe get too comfortable with and take for granted, and see his excitement as he got to experience something new. Try something new that's centered around them, and that's something that I didn't think of ahead of time. I didn't really plan, let's go do just a kid activity that would be really fun, but I let him kind of choose our course a couple afternoons. So once it was go back and just play in the ocean, that was what he wanted to do. The other, he wanted to take a drive and go explore some things around, so we did that. And I think the final tip that I would have, and I don't know how to set this up, but network with others so that if you're a single parent with a single kiddo especially, travel with another set of single parent and kid combos so that the kids can play together. And you've got someone who can kind of help spread the load around a little bit. I think that would have been helpful. It made me wonder too if there's some single parent resources in a number of vacation cities where maybe there are things and activities that are already structured, so it would help to let the kids interact a little bit more. That was the big thing that I thought. He probably didn't have as much fun as he could have if there was another kid companion along for the ride. So that is the first of the Single Dad Diaries. I'd love to know what you've done. How have you made vacations more fun? How have you modified if you're a single parent who has had to carry the load for taking your kiddo on vacation? You can share your comments below, or I'd love to connect and share some of those in future episodes too.